I won't even go into that one, but I disagree a little bit on some of that.
And that's fine.
So
You're
I'll go
welcome
on to
to.
my next question. Yeah, of course. That's why we live in this great country, America. What are the qualifications to being a board member? Like, what are the requirements? Are there any requirements to being a board member?
Well, I mean, in terms of the requirements,
live in town, education-wise, resume-wise, are there any requirements to be appointed as still an appointed board? Are there any requirements?
There's a statute that requires not to do legal
Or the
research.
statute?
They have to live in town, they have to reside in town for, I believe, more than a year. They have to be, in this case, they have to be able to be appointed by the mayor, which these board members obviously were. You have to be able to read, write in English. You have to pass the criminal background check, a couple other things.
Okay, and now that you gave me those reasons, are the sitting board members, have they satisfied all those criteria? Do we know
To the
that?
state they have.
To the state they
To
have?
the state they have.
and each of them have passed the background check. Okay, so they've all passed the background check.
Mr. Acosta has passed his background check
To my
already?
knowledge, yes.
Yes.
And can we Oprah this from the state?
The
Or from here?
background check?
No, the criteria of being a school board member, being satisfied.
You know what? I'll get. You know what? I'll call one. I will get you the statute reference. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just
And
bear with me.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll get it for you.
I'll give you my number. You can do it anytime you like.
After the meeting, I'll get it.
Yeah, and I mean, now, fine, I'll get the statute. Now, how do I find out if the sitting members of this board have satisfied that criteria? Who do I inquire that with? The state,
Well, I can answer that. Every clearance.
I want it in writing. I really, I want to see
But
it in
it's not.
writing.
It's not required.
There's no writing, there's no document that says.
There's no documentation saying that
No.
X board member has satisfied the criteria. It's just all done by word of mouth.
There is
No, for example, I received a clearance on Mr. Acosta last week from the state of New Jersey, saying that his criminal background check was cleared, he was approved. So everything comes to me in writing. If there's been a discrepancy or anything, then we get it in writing saying they're missing this or this or this, which has happened. Sometimes board members miss timelines for their clearance. The state is very, very vigilant on this. They follow this very clearly. And we do get the clearances from the Department of Education.
So then you're also telling me each one of these board members sitting here today
Was clear.
also lives in town?
Well, I mean,
To sit on the board, they have to reside in town.
To be on the board, they have to reside in town, so therefore you're telling me they all live in town, correct?
They reside in town.
Okay.
How do we find out? Sorry.
Well, there's the question of more members that's out there. There is that viable question that some of the members do not live
That
here.
is not the board's responsibility.
What do you mean? Well, it should be the board's responsibility if it's one of the criteria that has to be met.
Okay, and they say they met it, otherwise.
You don't verify this? It's just as long as they tell you, yeah, hey, we're good.
It's not our job.
It's not your job to verify criteria of board members.
It's not the staff's job, no.
Whose job is it? Is it the state's? So that we would have to inquire with the state?
I would highly recommend that you inquire with the state. If you have an issue, by all means, feel free to do so.
All right, thank you.
Okay. If there's nothing further, I'd like to proceed. Okay, and then please stick around and I'll get you your statute reference.
I have one more statement to make. Danny Perales. I remember not last meeting, but the meeting before that. I don't really know her last name. Her name is Yesenia. She used to be a teacher in number 2 school. She was saying how you guys were going to transfer her to another school to pre-K, which she's not qualified to teach.
that's absolutely false.
And
What she was stating, it was absolutely false. She was transferred for the good of the district, and she is qualified to perform those responsibilities. Correct, Beverly?
She's going to be in class support.
In class
When you
support.
have a special ed.
She's qualified for one position that she's cleared.
And the whole thing was is that she got up and, you know, pleaded to you guys that she didn't want to leave number 2 school, and like, you know, that she's grown to love those kids in number 2 school, and you guys still ended up transferring. I understand that I know she's saying that the position you guys put her in, she's qualified for that position, but still, she still was a teacher in number 2 school, and she came to every other meeting before that, pleaded her heart out to you guys,
That
cried
was
in front of you
political
guys.
retaliation.
You know, and you guys still ended up
Let me
transferring. I'm not
answer
saying
that.
it was you, Mr.
No,
Barlow.
that was
I didn't say it was you, but-
retaliation.
Let me
John,
answer
it's
that.
not
I do not allow political retaliation.
I'm not gonna
I
get into an
made
argument
that-
with you, Mr. Faldo, but you've allowed it for a very long time, sir.
I have
You've been
not-
the enabler.
You can say whatever you want and take
Yes, I
offense.
know I can, it's my opinion, I
But let me
know.
finish. I transferred Yesenia for the good of the district.
Really? The kids, the special ed kids that she built a report with, it's for the good of those kids?
John, we don't comment on that trade. You transferred her, she's qualified in the conversation.
Yeah, I
You
think,
comment on-
honestly,
on
wait,
personnel.
the whole purpose of the public portion is for you to make a statement, make a comment.
Or ask
okay?
questions.
But we're not supposed to engage in an open debate here that's ongoing, okay? You've asked us to take care of some critical business. That's what we're here for, okay? We called a special meeting in order to rectify any issues that some in the public thought needed to be addressed. That's what we're here for.
I'd like to make a statement.
Well, I wasn't saying a
What?
question, I was making a statement. He's the one that wanted to respond to it.
Just one page?
There's one in front and back.
Listen, I want to make a statement in defense of, and I've been here a long time, former employee. This defense, the board is correct. You made the transfer personnel for the betterment of the school. I worked at Memorial for like 15 years, right? President, Ms. Maribel? I worked at Memorial for about 15 years. I got transferred to number 5 school. It's the most important thing